Here's a no BS way to buying a house for as little as $1,000 that you can go ahead and flip for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or even $100,000 is what you're gonna learn here in this video. So let's buckle up and get going. So as you know, real estate can be an absolute grind these days, but there is an amazing way to find off-market property, dirt cheap, and literally houses for as little as $1,000 are available right now if you have a little grit and are willing to put in a little bit of elbow grease to go find these. So if you're watching this, you're probably interested in real estate investing. Odds are, you know, real estate is the way 90% of people or 90% of millionaires have made their money. So let's do real estate. Now, the challenge these days is real estate's going through the roof. It's getting harder and harder to find good deals. So I want to introduce you to the wonderful world of what's called over-the-counter tax deeds. Okay, so what is an over-the-counter tax deed? An over-the-counter tax deed is a property that had delinquent back taxes. Maybe the taxes were delinquent by 3 to 5 years. The government says, hey, pay your taxes by June 15th. If you don't, we're going to sell your property. The opening bid on that property is going to be the back taxes owed. However, there's an amazing thing that happens. If nobody shows up to bid on that property, it goes into county inventory, becomes a government seized property. There are tens of thousands of these properties sitting in inventory right now that you can go and buy mortgage free for as little as the back taxes owed. Now, the problem with this, sometimes people say, well, there's a reason they didn't sell at the sale. They're probably junk. Well, you know what? So what? So what if 95% of these properties end up being junk? Are you willing to maybe sift through some junk to find amazing deals? Because they're sitting there right now. So if you're interested in that, I'm Dustin Hahn. This channel is dedicated to helping you become a real estate investor through the wonderful world of tax liens and tax deeds and government seized properties. There are two sides of the coin. You have half the states are lien states, half the states are deed states. In a tax lien state, you get interest rate. But today we are talking about the beautiful world of over-the-counter tax deeds. Okay, so these things are sitting there right now. So what I would like you to do is, first off, if you like this stuff, like I mentioned, hit the thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you have any interest at all at buying cheap property that you can make a good living with, maybe quit the 9-to-5 day job of doom. That's what this channel is about. So you can subscribe, thumbs up, ask me a question. I do my best to try to help everybody become a real estate investor in record time. So here's the deal. You need to figure out, do you live in a lien state or a deed state? Okay. Not a big deal if you live in a lien state, but you want to find these over-the-counter deeds because of the wonderful world of the internet. You know, when I got started in this back in the day, I'd have to drive and fly thousands of miles, and kind of the golden rule was you would never buy one of these properties without physically seeing it. However, these days you can do it all from the comfort of your own home if you choose to do so. First off, you have things like Google Earth, Google Maps. You can do a little drive-by on that property virtually, and then you can actually use a site like wegolook.com or airtasker.com or TaskRabbit. Send somebody to take photos of the property for you so that you can do this stuff remotely. Now, what are some of the challenges of doing this? Some of the challenges are in some of the bigger counties that have a really good systems in place. So think of it this way. Easy to find information is going to be hard to do for the most part. And here's what I mean. If a county is really well organized, where they have a beautiful website, things are super slick, catch my breath, there's a very low barrier to entry and anybody can do it. So what I want you to do, and where you're going to find some of these, like some of the most amazing gems, like people watching this channel have bought properties for as little as $50. No kidding, like dead serious. Now, part of the condition on that is maybe they have 6 months, they need to fix up the property to get it back on the tax roll. Okay, I've seen people buy apartment buildings for as little as $50 using this strategy. I've seen people buy land. You know, you can buy land for $500, flip it for $5,000-$10,000, or create residual income by, say, buying one of these $500 pieces of land, selling it. In fact, just yesterday I was talking to one of our clients. She bought a $700 lot, sold it to the neighbor the next day for $1,500, made a quick $800 profit. I think that's my math. I'm not very good at math. I didn't do good in school, and still managed to do this stuff. Side tangent, odds are your career is way harder than this business. You've put so much effort into your career, just a fraction of the time you're putting into social media in your career can have you finding these properties that can change the trajectory of your life, your family, your friends, and your children if you want to get them into this business. So coming back to it, what I found to work the best is you want to find some of the smaller counties, okay? Start with the smallest counties, because a lot of the smaller counties are almost like going back in a time machine, like the DeLorean back there. Sometimes you show up and like their online interfaces are horrible. So you have to actually call them and say, you know, what happened to the properties that didn't sell? Can I get the list? Sometimes they're going to want to like fax you the list. They may want to email you the list. Heck, sometimes you might have to send somebody in to go and even get that list. And that's awesome. The harder the list is to get, the more opportunities there's going to be to buy these properties that are just sitting in county inventory right now. Like, this is one of the lowest barriers to entry of real estate that absolutely exists. The beautiful thing is that these properties are mortgage free, because the tax lien and like the deed, when it forecloses, it wipes out everything above it. And the reason they're mortgage free is when that property goes to sale, the county sends out notices, and they send everybody, like if you have a mortgage on the property or a mechanic's lien, like, hey man, nobody paid the taxes. If you want to pay these taxes and maintain your lien, then pay the taxes by this date. If you don't, you're going to get wiped out. County forecloses, takes it back, because, you know, at the end of the day, if you don't pay your property taxes, what do we really own? Nothing. That's just the way it works. This system's been around for 200 years-ish, so, and it's not going anywhere. Some people say like, hey man, I'm worried this business will go away. And then I say to them, well, like, hey, yeah, I'm too. Like, you know, the day the U.S. government stops collecting taxes or wanting property taxes, then, you know, we're probably going to be out of business as tax deed investors. So to be fair, I'm not exactly worried about that too much, okay? So what you want to do, tax collector or the treasurer's office, and just ask them, you know, what happened to those properties? I want the list of over-the-counter liens or talking about deeds, over-the-counter deeds. Now, here's a very, very simple thing to do. Take the name of your state and just go. So for example, if you're in Ohio, you could say counties in Ohio by population, okay? From there, you'll get a list on like Wikipedia or like Ohio counties by population. Like there's websites that have all this sort of stuff. Just go search those demographics, or below this video, I actually have a tax deed directory where I have all of the counties and phone numbers for you for free. You can go and click the description below and totally get this and just call them up yourself and see what's going on after you sort it out. There's also a free training called the ABCs of Tax Liens and Deeds, 100% free, in the description below, and we can help you with this business. If you want to click that link, you can grab that below. Totally free to help you out and give back to the community. So what you want to do, get a simple little spreadsheet going and get a list of all of the counties by population, okay? So you're going to get the list of counties by population. You're going to separate them. Then from there, you can either just Google tax collector, tax assessor's office for there. You can maybe go to their website. Ideally, you call them up. Ideally, there's maybe not even a website. Now, most of them have a website. But if you call them up, you get that information, and then you start looking through the list. And basically what I do is I sort the property by the value of the property, right? By the value and then the opening bids. So you'll have a column for the value. You'll have a column for whatever the back taxes are owed to get that property, okay? So you sort them out. Then you start doing some simple research. Go to the GIS map, see what's going on there. Go to Zillow, start seeing what these are worth. Some of these are going to be like weird lots and stuff, but there are diamonds in the rough, you know, like the song Shining Bright Like a Diamond. And there'll be a lot of people in the comments, well, yeah, there's a reason it didn't sell. Maybe they spend an hour doing this, or maybe they call 2 counties and they just give up. This business, unfortunately, attracts a lot of people who just give up easily. They just give up. And you can't judge this business based off of like 4 or 5 counties, okay? You gotta go, you gotta call these counties, see what's going on, and you're going to need to zoom out, right? Because you're gonna have to put in some elbow grease. Like we say, a lot of the times there is a reason why they didn't sell at the sale. However, I know you, if you're grinding it out on a 9-to-5 that isn't going anywhere, then this can be a great opportunity. You know, most of you guys know I used to work on an oil rig, and this business really allowed me to get out, get out of the freezing cold, and use this business to travel and just really not grind myself to death on an oil rig. And it can change my life and change your life too if you want to get into real estate, okay? So you're going to get that list. You're going to sort it out. You're going to start seeing what's going on. You're going to gather this data. If you live in the area, cool, go check it out. If you don't live in the area, send somebody to go look. You can buy these properties, find out what form of payment they take. All that sort of stuff can be done. I actually have a questionnaire in the book here of exactly what tax deed research list is here in the description below. It's not for sale. It genuinely does help you guys. I don't sell little products anymore. I work with a couple mentoring students every single month and just try to give away the farm to help everybody get started with this, okay? So you're going to do that. You're going to follow along step by step, and there will be houses that are on there, sitting there right now, okay? A lot of these houses you can get for $1,000 that could be worth $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000. They're just sitting there right now. The big challenge is just putting in the elbow grease to go and find these properties. If you want help with this stuff, putting in some of the elbow grease, if you have kids that are in high school, you can put them to work. If you have nieces, nephews, you can put them to work in this, help you go through the data to find just the houses that are available here. Then you can flip them and start making some money in this business. Now, another great way to do it is now we live in a global economy. You could be working with a virtual assistant, maybe in the Philippines or in India. They can be going through this list because the arbitrage on the dollar is huge. Like $1 in the US is like $20 in different countries, which can help you a lot. It's a win-win situation for everybody involved. So now it's your turn to go and find some of these houses. If you look on some of the videos, people will find these houses and they'll comment. Like just the other day, there was a guy, boom, watched the video, bought 5 properties the next day. Now it's your turn to do it. So follow these steps. The simplest thing as well is get this in the description and just follow along. And then from there, if you want, you can Google the name of the county, or you can just get the tax deed directory that I have for free here. And that can help you out as well. So if you like this stuff, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, ask me a question. I would love to hear from you. The channel is here to help you get started in this business. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.